is almost exactly the same size as New Jersey. You will not have gone through all the cities of Yisrael before my return. Now, even walking, he hasn't come back yet. Now, the Messiah, by definition, to fulfill his mission, had to be perfect. Obviously, perfection means no lies. So every word from his mouth must be truth. There is only one way that statement can be true, is if the whole world is Israel, and every single human being who believes is a Jew. Now, this is not complicated, and I'm not sorry if I'm offending some biological Jew listening to me, because there's no such thing. Yeah, it is important, and you see the Bible put emphasis on it, because we need to trace the genealogy leading up to the Messiah so that there would be no questioning. The Messiah fulfilled every prophecy of his coming to the letter, including the genealogy from the family of David, the house of Yehuda, that particular tribe. But Jews got mixed up in their head, biological Jews, into thinking that the biology somehow contains some type of specialness. No. No, 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 no. Again, this is not a lesson on this, but all you got to do is look it up for yourself. Romans chapter 9, 10, and 11 puts it to rest. Puts it to rest. Every believer in Yahshua is a Jew. Every believer in Yahshua is a Jew by right of faith. Not a fake Jew, but people, those of you who believe only in the Tanakh, you have something called a proselyte, a procedure by which you outreached to Gentiles who saw your faith, and you had a procedure to bring them into the true faith. Gentile becoming a Jew. And the ceremony has not changed. And that ceremony is the willingness and the desire to eat the Passover. Read it for yourself in Exodus. That if the stranger living within your midst desires to eat the Passover, let him and every male of his household be circumcised. And then they shall be as one native born. Now, this was already in existence before the Messiah ever came onto the scene. I was flabbergasted years ago when I first read that. Here's the procedure by which everyone should come into covenant with Messiah, and it has never been done away with. Then you are allowed to eat the Passover. But they weren't obeying the law before that. Their hands weren't clean. So the gift of covenant was by grace, even back then. Not of works, lest anyone should boast. Now this statement, all of you Christians out there, listen to me. All of you Yahudim who already understand, listen to me, so that you can share the word more accurately. There it is right there. And we didn't see it all these years. Lest anyone should boast. That is another way of saying, in layman's terms, not by merit. There it is, right there. Those exact words. Copy me, write them down, put them in your heart. Not by merit, which in other layman's words means we keep the law. We just saw we need to keep works. Faith means works. We keep the law, not to earn our salvation. For we are clear on the translation that it is accurate. We do not need to change it. Sorry, house of Yahweh. It is accurate the way it's translated. Not of works. And the of could be translated, because it's the word ek, as outside of, so it could equally be translated as not outside of works, which is just as accurate, but it doesn't convey Paul's meaning. Paul is trying to get across the redundancy of grace. So it was proper to translate that word ek in this situation as it is correctly translated, as of. Because he's not trying to emphasize works here. That's in the next verse. And when you read the next verse, because everybody stops at this verse, and they think, no more law. They don't define the word faith accurately according to the book of James. And they just think, see, no more works. It's right here. Salvation is by grace through faith, not of works, lest any man should boast. And they stop there. But notice verse 10. If you have the New King James, read it out loud with me. For we are his workmanship, created in Messiah Yahshua for good works. Just one more verse, people. So if our salvation occurs without any works, what then is the purpose of being saved? To do good works. See, we're right. I'm sorry. I got to tell the truth. When we say we keep the law not to get saved, we understand no merit. We got that. So stop letting some Protestant preacher tell you if you keep the Sabbath holy, the correct Sabbath, you've not under grace, you're now under law. No, that's a lie. You're still under grace, but we're still required to keep the law because of that grace. It is because of the awesome gift that we do not deserve that we get it. I can't go back out into the world now after receiving this wonderful gift and just be the same person. And you will hear a Christian preacher say exactly what I just said. But what they mean is being good by their own set of standards. But as soon as you say the law, something triggers in their demonically possessed brains to start arguing against you. Oh, no, not the law. Yes, the law. Goodness is in our behavior. Our behavior is according to the will of Yahweh. The will of Yahweh is the law of Yahweh. If you are in my home and I ask you to take your shoes off, that's my will, that's my law in my home. Guess where we live? In Yahweh's home, his earth, his body, his brain. He says, hey, so you don't forget, I wrote it down for you. Now obey it. And ain't one word in here about obeying Christmas. Hello, somebody. There is a word in Jeremiah 10 about not obeying it. For we are his workmanship, created in Messiah Yeshua for good work. For a conjunction that means this is the reason. Because. For this purpose. What purpose, Yeshua? Good works, which the Most High prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. He's not saying that he prepared us beforehand. He said he prepared the good works beforehand. The good works beforehand. Now in this, the house of Yahweh got the translation correct. You open up the book of Yahweh in the book of Genesis and it'll tell you that words talking about seasons actually means the seasons for ceremony that Yahweh sets up before man was created. That the sun, the moon, and the stars were created so that we could tell what time it was in the year to celebrate according to Yahweh's way, his appointed times, not man's. And certainly not demons that teach man to have a counterfeit religion. And then Christianity sucks it up and draws you in and makes you think that you're doing something holy. Nobody is going to go to hell because they keep Christmas. They're going to go to hell because they don't love Yahweh. And if you love someone, you change your behavior to get along with that someone. To get along with Yahweh means to submit, because he has something called the first right of power. He made us. You want to meet the man? He is the man. He made us. He has the right not only to tell us how we are to direct our lives, but he has the right, get this in our heads, he has the right to say there is a proper and an improper way to worship me. He has that right. And you can go through the motions, you Yahudim, and not have your heart right. Many a biological Jew does that to this day. They keep Passover, they keep Shavuot, they keep Feast of Trumpets, they keep Yom Kippur, they keep Sukkot,